Hi all, I'm Kelly, editor of Your Kent Wedding, and today I'm joined by author of Winter Wishes, Cathy Ginger. Hi Katie.
Hi Kelly.
So Katie, can you start by telling us a bit about yourself and your latest novel? No spoilers though.
So my name's Cathy Ginger and I write funny feel-good fiction for HarperCollins for their digital imprint, HQ Digital. My latest novel is a Christmassy festive treat called Winter Wishes at Swallowtail Bay. Winter Wishes is all about Mel, who runs a cute B&B called Holly Lodge. The business has been doing pretty well, and then this really fancy schmancy hotel opens up. Her business drops off a cliff, so she is working really hard to make the most of her business, and one of the things she's doing is she's starting to run weddings, and her best friend Kat says, I want to have my wedding at Holly Lodge, and so a lot of the book is based on trying to get the wedding business up and running and supporting Kat, who has her own problems with her mum trying to take over the planning of the wedding.
So is there anywhere in particular in Kent that served as your inspiration for Swallowtail Bay?
Yeah, definitely. So Swallowtail Bay from the first book has been based loosely on Deal and Folkestone. I was born in Deal, I grew up in Deal until about 6 years ago. We lived there until we moved here to Folkestone. And so there's elements of both, because Deal's got, the gorgeous conservation area, it's got wonderful seafront, really great little cafes and bars, and then Folkestone's got the creative quarter, this really great art scene, and the microbreweries and all things like that. So Swallowtail Bay is definitely a mix of Deal and Folkestone, and maybe if you read the books you might be able to pick out the different bits.
And how did you research the wonderful world of weddings for your book?
Research is really, really important to the writing process, for me anyway, and it was really, really great. This has been one of my favourite books to research because I read loads and loads of issues of Your Kent Wedding. I mean, I got married 13 years ago, so obviously, fashions change and all those sorts of things, and it was really, really fun to go back and start looking at wedding magazines again, and I probably spent far too much time reading them when I should have actually been getting on with writing, but it was just so much fun I couldn't stop myself. Your Kent Wedding I just absolutely loved, and there was one particular issue, I think it was the summer issue last year, where you had a whole vintage wedding feature, and that really made me decide that Kat was going to want a 50s wedding dress and all these sort of vintage touches. When I'm trying to describe a bouquet or a table setting or something, it's really nice to have those visuals to pull on. So it was really, really good fun to go through those issues of Your Kent Wedding.
Oh, thanks Katie, that's so lovely to hear. I'm so excited to know that we've inspired part of a novel. So we know that you were a Kent bride. Can you tell us a bit about your big day?
My big day, I actually got married in May, so we had a spring wedding. Like I say, it was about 13 years ago. But we got married at Deal Town Hall. I really wanted to get married at Deal Town Hall. It's really, really beautiful. A lot of people don't know that it is a wedding venue. Yeah, we got married there, and then we had a vintage car to take me and my husband, and a vintage bus to take the guests out to the Crown Inn at Finglesham, where we had a marquee in the grounds, and it was just lovely. I went for the whole kind of country wedding thing, and we had just on the tables plain white jugs with carnations in, and my mum made the cakes, plain white royal icing and some flowers around them. Yeah, we just went really, really simple, but it was just such a lovely, fun, relaxed day. Just the best day.
So do you have any wedding planning tips based on your own experience?
Definitely keep lists. I am a huge fan of lists. Like, even now, when it comes to Christmas, I've got a list of all the food, I've got a list of all the presents. Actually, I have a spreadsheet, which I know is like super sad. And I think it's a bit like editing a book, in that you start on the big level, so you'll have lists that cover just, find a DJ, blah, blah, blah. All those big top line things, and then as the wedding planning progresses, your lists get more and more detailed, so it'll be until you've got something to do with like the timings on the day, and stuff like that, because I think it's really useful to rope in as much help as you can as well. So if you've got lists and you know what you want, you can just dish those out to people and then they can help you.
Spreadsheets aren't sad at all. They're essential for wedding planning. So what is it you'd say that make winter weddings particularly special?
I just think they're so magical. I don't know what it is. I mean, if I hadn't got married in spring, I think I would have definitely got married in winter. I do think maybe I wrote this book simply because I wanted to live out my fantasy of a wedding in winter. I know the weather's not always great, but because you've got Christmas trees up and you've got twinkling lights and you've got that real buzz in the air already that Christmas brings, and then you stick wedding excitement on top, and it's just so magical.
Absolutely, we're excited about Christmas already here. My next question is, what do you love most about living in Kent?
I was thinking about this the other day because I'm starting to write a new series to come out next year in 2021, and it's a totally different setting. So Swallowtail Bay is a really cute seaside setting, and I've gone for something much more rural with this next lot of books. It's still based in Kent in my mind, this new series, and that's the wonderful thing about Kent. If you go one way, you've got the sea, but then you can walk the other way and you've got rolling green fields and you can go exploring in the woods. I think Kent is just so special because it has this mix of cute little seaside resorts and obviously that real country feel.
Yeah, agreed. It's a beautiful place to live. So Katie, what can we learn from your main protagonists, Mel and Kat, about wedding pitfalls to avoid?
Wedding planning pitfalls. Oh my gosh, I really explored this in Winter Wishes, and it was so much fun because Kat, who's getting married, is normally a really feisty young lady, and then she slowly starts feeling this pressure from her mum, and her mum really does try taking over the wedding and really challenging her decisions and influencing them all the time. And Nell, as her best friend, tries to be supportive, but a lot of the time all she can do is sit by and watch because you can't make someone change their mind. What I will say is that it's your wedding, so I think a wedding planning pitfall is that people can really be influenced by everybody else. Do it your way because you're the one who needs to remember this for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's great advice. Thanks, Katie. So before we go, can you tell us where and when we can get hold of a copy of Winter Wishes?
Winter Wishes will be published on 7th of October as an ebook, and then it comes out on the 10th of December in paperback. As I say, it's published by HarperCollins HQ Digital. You can get it from all good retailers, and I hope that you'll give it a try. I know that we're going to be running some giveaways. If anybody wants to know about that, then if you nip onto my website, which is www.keginger.com, sign up to my mailing list, and then HQ Digital will be announcing the giveaways that they're running. I hope to be in contact with you all soon.
Lovely. Thanks so much for joining us, Katie. So that's Winter Wishes at Swallowtail Bay by Katie Ginger. It's a lovely read, so we recommend that you go out and grab your copy. Thanks for watching. Bye.